Only when the last tree has been cut down, the last fish been caught, and the last stream poisoned, will we realize we cannot eat money. There are two wolves fighting inside all of us. The first one is evil, the second one is good. Which wolf will win? The one you feed. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. It is better to have less thunder in the mouth, and more lightning in the hand. Listen, or your tongue will make you deaf. Seek wisdom, not knowledge. Knowledge is of the past. Wisdom is of the future. The weakness of the enemy makes our strength. Do not judge your neighbor until you walk to moons in his moccasins. They are not dead who live in the hearts they leave behind. There is nothing as eloquent as a ratless snake's tail. It is less of a problem to be poor than to be dishonest. A brave man dies but once, a coward many times. Make my enemy brave and strong so that if defeated, I will not be ashamed. The bird who has eaten cannot fly with the bird that is hungry. Cherish youth but trust old age. Wisdom comes only when you stop looking for it and start living the life the Creator intended for you. Out every sweet root gives birth to sweet grass. Take only what you need and leave the land as you found it. It is no longer good enough to cry peace. You must act peace, and live in peace. When a man moves away from nature, his heart becomes hard. Beware of the man who does not talk, and the dog that does not bark. Our pleasures are shallow, our sorrows are deep. It does not require many words to speak the truth. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. If a man is as wise as a serpent, he can afford to be as harmless as a dove. Poverty is inevitable, a noose that strangles humility and breeds disrespect for God and man. Remember that your children are not your own, but are lent to you by the Creator. Walk lightly in the spring. Mother Earth is pregnant. Ask questions from your heart, and you will be answered from the heart. There is no death, only a change of worlds. What is life? It is a flash of firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is as the little shadow that runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. It is the shadow that runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. And the second indication of foolishness and indifference. We chose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exist in our subconscious. Friendship is an art of keeping distance, while love is an art of intimacy. Who lacks sex speaks about sex. Hungry talks about food. A person who has no money, about money. And our oligarchs and bankers talk about morality. We enter the world with loneliness and lonely leave it. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. History is just new people making old mistakes. The only shame in masturbation is the shame of not doing it well. Everyone owes nature a death. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one wants. Experience teaches us that the world is not a nursery. Inwardly, everything should be different, but our outward face should conform with the crowd. Anyone who can make you angry becomes your master. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. Nature hath given men one tongue but 2 ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of one thing, in which it is right to be stingy. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them, but because we need them. We've been using them not because we had them, If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Here is a rule to remember in future. If anything tempts you to feel bitter, not, this is misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Everything we hear is an opinion. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Knowing yourself is the beginning, or the beginning of all wisdom. Difficulty shows what men are. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Nothing endures but change. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. No man was ever wise by chance. He who is brave is free. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. The willing are led by fate, the reluctant drag. What we do now echoes in eternity. While we wait for life, life passes. The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. It's time you realize that you have something in you more powerful and miraculous than the things that affect you and make you dance like a puppet. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Be silent for the most part, or if you speak, say only what is necessary in a few words. Say only what is necessary in a few words. All cruelty springs from weakness. It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Whatever can happen at any time can happen today. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it, because a thing seems difficult for you. Do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Freedom is secured if not by the force of God, not by the fulfilling of men's desires, but by the removal of desire. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to life. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them, or learn to bear them. It can ruin your life only if it ruins your character. Otherwise, it cannot harm you. Which quote did you like the most? Share your opinion in the comments. One day you will regret that you did not hear these quotes earlier. Do not lose the opportunity. Watch our next video.